wanted to see that.
We start at the bottom because the people at the top are the people that have been in the chat, so they've said their story before.
Right, but start with one of the girls. I'll say
you raise your hand. I literally said it. If you don't have a story, don't raise your hand. You have a story.
See, I didn't even know that. Still.
So yeah, it wasn't in a rude way, but there's no.
But now put me back there. It's calm.
Cool.
Put me back.
Sorry, cool. Go on, Livs. You had a story. Yeah.
So if the room ends again, then I actually don't know. But anyways.
Yeah, I know. Like,
there's only 2 months.
Go on, sis.
Alright, cool. So obviously, I was in uni. This was a couple months ago, and there was this guy that I had on my Snap, and I think we'd had like one convo before about like I think he must have asked me, like where am I going basically, and obviously he happened to be in that same city, so but it was just like one convo. So cool. So obviously I'm at uni now, and obviously I'm just bored. So he must have messaged me again like, "Oh, are you local?" And I'm like, yeah. Anyways, long story short, he must have come to Malcolm now. And the way Malcolm is, like, it's a one-way like system. Like I have to go and go collect the person from the entrance, and I have to go and let them out as well. So we were supposed to go to McDonald's. I remember it was a Sunday, and he was just like, "Oh, like, let's just go get food." I was only there for the food. Like, I actually didn't care. Like, I just wanted to get my McDonald's and go. We can chill, then cool. So then, he must have messages me now. Oh, like I'm downstairs, and I was like, okay, cool. Just give me like 5 minutes. So I'm about to leave my room now to go and collect him, and then he obviously like Malcolm. There's like a courtyard, so obviously you have to like come into Malcolm, walk up some stairs, then before you go into.
Sorry, Liv. Hold on. Sorry to interrupt you. If you guys want to tweet about the room, because people kept hearing me before, just literally hashtag trash stories, and then yeah. But go on, sorry, Liv.
It's right. But yeah, so he messages me now like, oh, I'm in, and I'm thinking like, why? Obviously, like this guy's older as well. Like he's like 2-3 years older than me. So I'm thinking like it's a bit weird for you to just like ask someone to let you in, but okay, like do your thing. So he came to my room now, and obviously he just put down his stuff, and we were just planning where we was gonna go eat. So anyways, we drive to McDonald's now. For the whole journey, like he's just asking me like, oh, like, you know, how many guys you've been with, like just normal conversation like that. And I was just telling him like, yeah, like He starts telling me now how he just got out of a relationship like during the first lockdown or whatever. And obviously I think he's like 21, I can't remember. And he was telling me how like they live together basically. And I'm like, obviously, when he said they live together, I was thinking like, raw, like, how can you live with your ex? So I was thinking like, obviously, if it's a thing where it's like, there's like 5 or 6 other people and like you guys were friends, then that's calm. But he was telling me how he only lives with his ex. So I'm thinking like, okay, that's a bit weird. Like why would you guys, like, even if you're together, like, why would you guys even want to live with each other? Because it's like anything can actually happen, and it's actually only you guys in the house. So then he was like, no, it's not even like that. We was together for like 4 years. We was together in college, and we came to the same uni. And I was like, okay. So the way he started talking about her, I'm just thinking like, okay, like this guy is definitely still in love with her. And it's like, that's okay, because you were actually together for like a good 4 years. But like, you don't have to like put on the facade that like, yeah, I've moved on, because like you actually haven't. Like, you're still telling me about this girl. Like, he was showing me her Insta. He was telling me how like they can literally like pass each other in the house and they won't say a word to each other. That sometimes like he might forget his key and he'll ask her like, oh, come open the door, and she won't do it. Like, he was showing me all the texts. So I was just thinking like, okay, bit weird, but you know, so cool. We get back to Malcolm now, and we're just eating. And I just wanted him to go, to be honest. Like, I wasn't, you know, about that. And he was telling me how he needed to leave his house. He needed to leave to go go take his medication or something like that. And I'm just thinking like, okay, like if you knew you had medication to take, I don't know why you'd come out or you didn't bring it, but you know, go. So I finished eating now. I'm just watching my film. And then I'm in my bed now, and I'm just sitting on my bed, and he's like, what are you watching? I'm like, okay, I'm just watching this. And he was like, can I come in? And I'm like, well, you can sit on the bed. So obviously I didn't want to like lie down or anything, so he gets the wrong idea and he thinks that, oh, I'm trying to do whatever. So I was just sitting on my bed. So then he's like, oh, can I get comfortable? And I was like, yeah, do your thing. So obviously I know that when boys wear tracksuits, like they'll wear like another tracksuit underneath, or they'll wear shorts underneath or something. So this guy's wearing a tech fleece now. Tell me why he's asking to get comfortable and he now decides to take off his trousers. And I'm thinking like, okay, like I wasn't expecting you to be naked underneath your trousers, but okay. But he was literally just wearing like tight boxers, like underwear. So I'm thinking like, okay. So he gets into the bed now and my laptop is on my lap. So he's like, oh, put your laptop in the corner. So I'm thinking like, no, because I don't need to. And he's like, oh, I'll just put it in the corner. I was like, okay, but you won't be able to see. So I put it in the corner now and he lies down. But when he lies down, like I sit up and he's like, oh, just come, man, just come. Anyways, long story short, he basically tried to do stuff. And then, yeah, he just ended up leaving because I didn't want to do anything. So as he was leaving, he must have been like, oh yeah, make sure you message me though. And I said to him, like, not gonna lie, like I'm not gonna message you, I'll be so real. Like, I just don't message people. Cool. So when he gets home now later on, he must have messages me like, oh, what are you saying, Liv? Like, you good? And I'm thinking like, why are you so excited to message me? Like, we literally saw each other like a couple hours ago. And then after that, like, we just didn't talk. So come a couple days later now, like 2-3 days later, I see him in my other Snapchatters. So I'm thinking like, okay, like we're never going to speak again, but I don't really care. So I'm seeing now, so this same girl that he was talking about was his ex and stuff. He's posting her on his story. So I'm like, okay. And he's proper posting like, bare like couple pictures together, like them lips in, them doing cuddly, saying, oh, my wife, I love you so much. Please forgive me, like talk to me, And I'm thinking like, okay. So anyways, I screenshot
Wait,
the
I'm so sorry
Snapchat.
to interrupt you, but people are saying that like you need to wrap up your story. People are getting they feel like you're dragging it a little bit. So just round it up, all right?
My bad.
It's all right.
But
babe.
yeah, so
Yo, that's not nice.
I'm
It's
not
not
gonna
Abby
lie.
Girls, not
That's
Abby
what the
Girls Twitter.
hashtag
That's
says.
what
I'm
they're
not being
saying.
rude. I just said like I'm not
I
even
don't
trying
know,
to be rude,
but
but
yeah.
that's what
my
people are
bad.
saying, innit? You have to give the people what they want.
Tell them to be quiet because they didn't come up for a story themselves, right?
Yikes.
Let's
So
carry on.
should
Let's
I
carry on.
finish or?
Yeah,
Finish.
Okay, cool. So anyway, so he's posting like snaps of her. So I start screenshotting. Not that I'm gonna do anything with them, but I'm just screenshotting. And then I must have obviously deleted him. And then he must have obviously his snaps on open, my snaps on open. So he must have messaged me now like, like a bit weird that you're screenshotting. And I was like, lol, like nothing. It's actually nothing, but like do your thing. So I block him now. Then I'm getting an ad from a different snap with like the same name. And I'm thinking like, I thought I blocked him. So obviously I'm bugging out, like, did I not block him or whatever? And then obviously I realized that he's got another snap. So then he starts messaging me, starts sending me like voice notes explaining like, oh no, I deleted every single girl on my snap. Like he started sending me screen records of like all of his people on snap that there's no girls. I deleted all the girls on my snap. It's just to show that he was basically trying to say that he's trying to get his girl back, but he doesn't want her to know that he's serious or whether he's basically trying to play her. And I'm thinking like that doesn't even make sense. Like you're here explain to me, like it's not even as if like me and this guy were ever talking. Like we was literally just like we chilled once, and he was basically saying that it's not even like that. Start sending me screen records saying that I'm done out here and and that apparently I was onto him like when we was in the car, and that he doesn't know why I invited him over and But yeah, basically he had a girl and he came out with me and he was telling me that they broke up. They were broken up for like over a year, but they were still together. And he was telling me that he'd moved on. But yeah.
Is that the end of the story? No, has people laughing? I'm just no. I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm just asking so if like move on to the next. All right, cool. Does anyone else have a story? The people that's already up here.
I've got a story.
I got a story.
I have a story.
Okay, so talk your shit.
All right, Mary, do you want to start?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I didn't
fair had a story to.
Oh, wait,
I've
who
got a
just said they have a
story.
story?
I think
Natalie,
Natalie
I've
said
got
she had a
one.
story.
Miriam
Yeah,
and someone
Natalie and
else.
Miriam.
I have a story.
Miriam. We'll
All
go
right.
Miriam, Natalie, then
All right, y'all. Hi, guys. So before I start my story, I'm gonna gotta pink two girls up because it's a three-way story. It happened on Clubhouse and everything with one nigga from Clubhouse. So if you can ping Remy up and Chelsea, that would be dope.
can you put your hand up so I can just bring you up?
Wait, do you not know the story though?
Huh?
I'm confused.
Oh, it's a
No,
three-way
she's saying
story.
the story includes the two other girls that are already hearing it, so I'm just telling them to put their hands up so I can bring them up.
All right, I'm gonna begin so we don't waste time. So what happened was around January time, I was in Clubhouse. I was moderating rooms called like Ashawa Antics where niggas that's just, talking and shit, whatever. So boom, there was this one guy that popped up. And like with me, I'm a very flirty person. Like if I see a guy or a girl that looks pretty or handsome, I'm gonna gas you up, like no problem. So there was this one boy, I'm not gonna say no name, I'm gonna just, label him as B. And what happened was, when B was there, he was looking very tantalizing. And I'm like, oh, who's this boy? But then all the other girls were like, nah, that's my husband. And I'm like, to be honest, I don't got to fight for him because I know he's going to come to me later on. And later on, everybody's coming in. We're all talking our shits. New men are coming in. The room shot is about to end, right? And I was telling everybody, oh, leave the room. Oh, I'm about to end this room. I'm going to bed. And then he was still in the room. And I'm like, what does this boy want? And he was like, oh, Miriam, check your Instagram. I said, I bet. So I go on my Instagram. Homeboy's like, oh, check, what's your Snapchat? I should give him my Snapchat. He texted me. He said, oh, are you a risk taker? And I'm like, huh? What the fuck? And he's like, give me your number. So I said, this one is small talking. No, it's not a problem. So he shall call me the next morning, London time. And he's like, oh, you're so pretty, blah, 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 blah. All this nonsense just got in my head up small. And then boom, the other girls that were in the room that day, I was like, sorry, guys, this boy is now claimed by me. He wants me to be wifey. Like, he will be in the Clubhouse rooms with me. And he's telling everybody, nah, Mary's my number one B. Mary's my number one B. And me too, I'm just taking it and like, fuck all you niggas. Like, this is my husband right here. Like, anytime we had like Valentine games or whatever, and he had to pick his Valentine, he would pick me. So, one day, I'm on FaceTime with one of my guy friends. And my guy friends was like, oh, who are you talking to, Mary? I'm like, at the moment on Clubhouse. And I'm like, this nigga V, like he's, I think he's the one for me. Like, we're always on FaceTime sleeping together. Like, even though there's a time difference, he's in London, I'm in the US, like that don't matter. And then he was like, this boy V. I'm hearing his name a lot though. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he said, oh, I think there's something going on with B and Remy. And I was like, huh? And I was like, nah, that one there is cap, because me and B, we did our Zoom date where he went through my whole Snapchat, like he was looking at the list of voice texting me. I don't open messages. And I saw his, and I saw Remy's name, I saw Chelsea's name, but I was like, this nigga left it on open, like nothing serious. And he was like, okay. And then something was just not sitting he wasn't sitting well with me one day. And we were on Clubhouse, and I was like, hey, yo, Remy, can I talk to you for a second in a separate room, not in front of everybody? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, Remy, like, are you talking to this nigga B? And she was like, what do you mean? Like, I know he's talking to me, but he said he wasn't talking to you. And I was like, what are you talking about? So she was like, oh, like, we've been talking since December. Like, we're always on FaceTime together. I said, no, shorty, I'm always on FaceTime with him. We're always sleeping together. So what are you talking about? And she was like, started sending me all these videos of FaceTime. But the thing that wasn't adding up is that the videos she was sending me, I have the same videos. So it's either like me and her were on FaceTime together and he was there, because there were times where he will mute me and I'll be like, why is this boy muting me? And he'll be moving his mouth and I'm like, why is this boy moving his mouth? So
Why are you talking?
I said, why are you talking? Like, who are you talking to?
Like, what are you talking to?
So we're all FaceTime, all that happening. But like with me, like, I'm trying not to take these Clubhouse boys serious, because at the end of the day, this whole thing is a social dating pool. Like, it don't matter to me. So I'm just thinking about it. Like, Remy's telling me all this shit. And like, I was trying to, like, with me, I like to plot twist shit a lot. So I was like, you know what should we do? But Remy wants to go call the boy. He told her that, oh, nah.
Wait.
Huh?
Like,
I don't know why you're calling him B, guys. Me, I've come to name drop this boy. Like,
Nah, none of that. None of that.
If you want to name
None of
name
that.
drop,
None of that.
None of
Toxic
that.
behavior.
No name drops, man. No name drops.
No
Let's not be
toxic
silly
now.
now.
I thought we're naming
None
and
of that.
shaming.
Nah,
the
let's
guys,
nah,
the
let's
guys
not be.
change
Yeah, man.
Okay,
It's up to you. It's your story.
for the moderators, to be honest though, when you hear the last story from the third girl, you all in every single girl in this room needs to be careful when they see this boy. So the name
But
drop
if
is
you
not a
want to name
problem
drop,
because
name
that
drop,
boy is
please.
dead.
Nah, but I'm
But we're
saying
not
let's
naming
not
Name
name
drop.
drop
him
because I
because at the
can't
end
lie.
of
If
the
man
day,
them come
it's
up here and
supposed to
start
be
name dropping
girls.
girls, girls
Name
in
drop.
here. Fuck it, I'm
The
naming
thing
names.
is,
Nah,
Hold
nah,
on.
nah.
yeah.
No name dropping.
The
Okay,
I'm
thing
naming
is,
wait,
names.
one
if
mic,
we
one
bait
mic,
out some of you
one
baddies,
mic,
it'll get
One
long.
mic,
Wait,
one
one
mic, one mic.
mic.
Can we finish the story?
Bro, listen.
Can we finish the
One mic.
story? Can we finish
I'm
the
not gonna
story?
lie.
Thank you.
I don't
Wait,
really
so are your
care if
two
it's.
friends up here as well?
Huh?
Are your two
Yeah,
friends
they're
up
up
Listen,
here?
there.
if we bait out some of the baddies, it'll get long. So let's
Nah,
not.
nah. I'm saying
Let's
no
Okay,
not
name
name.
dropping because
I'm
if
not
any of
gonna
the
lie
man
to
them get
you.
to
Wait,
girls, you're all gonna
one
fall
one
mic,
out.
mic.
Wasn't it
one
called
mic,
naming
one
and
mic.
shaming?
We're not. It's not that deep. If she wants to name and shame, then that's what she
No,
doing.
but
If
I'm
it's
saying
like,
don't
It's
do
up
that
to
because
the
if
boys
man them
still.
start doing
okay,
that to
We
girls,
if
won't do it.
man
We
you're
don't
won't
gonna
do
do
it. We
get
that,
won't do it. We
man.
hold
won't do it. We
on.
won't do it.
You lot, one mic
We
talking
won't
about
do it. We
work.
won't do it.
Yeah,
Wait,
let her
hold
finish her
on.
story.
We're
Let
all
her
talking
finish her
about work.
All
story.
right. All right.
If
All
someone
right.
wants to name drop,
From.
that's their, business. At the end of the day, if a boy wants to name drop a girl, no one's gonna cry, type thing. But you don't have to, type thing. It's
Okay.
just up to you. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, it's up to
Okay,
you.
so Sha, like I was saying, guys, sorry for all this commotion. What happened was, Remy called him, and basically she called me after. She was like, "Ma'am, I gotta tell you something." I said, "What's up?" So to conclude everything he said to her, he basically called me delusional, that me and him were never talking. That anytime he was on Clubhouse and anybody we were playing games, that he feels bad that I will pick him. And he doesn't want to just reject me. First of all, there were 10 other girls picking him, but he will pick me. So I was like, and like one thing about me is I hate when niggas lie on their dick. Like that's not cute at all. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let this shit process in, because with me, like my anger is either I say all my shit at once or I calm myself, come to you correct. So I left him, right? I didn't call him, I didn't do nothing, but he was blasting my phone. And I left him for like 2 days. And Remy Shah called me one day. She was like, "Oh, Mary, I'm like, me and him are still talking." I was like, the funny thing is that he called me, but I didn't pick up. And she was like, "What do you mean he called you?" I said, "Yeah, he called me." She said he told her that he's never gonna call me because I'm doing all this weird shit, blah blah blah. So this is when Remy comes in. Go ahead, Remy.
Oh yeah, so basically like he was like, "Oh no, I don't even like her. Like I just be picking her because I don't want her to feel bad or whatever." Like blah blah blah, whatever Miriam was saying. So then I was like, "Okay, cool." Like in this situation, like me, I don't like being messy. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna hear what you're saying because you're coming up with, "Oh, I'm a reserved guy. I do reserved things. I like reserved girls. I don't like drama. This, that." You know, I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. So then, like, I just be chilling or whatever, and then what even happened? Mary, I feel like you've already told half my story, so I can't really. There's not really much for me to tell.
Okay,
Do you know what I mean?
I think Chelsea should
So
tell
Chelsea
her
should
story.
tell the
Yeah.
story because it makes more sense.
Okay. Chelsea, go ahead, Chelsea.
Hi guys. Okay, so shit. Okay.
Wait, Mariam, are your
wait,
friends
not
also
trying to be rude, but
involved?
just try to
Wait,
be a bit like quick with the story because other people want to say their
Yeah,
stories too, innit?
yeah.
This
Nah, the
story's
story's gonna be quick.
dragging
Don't
still.
worry.
Are all your friends involved as well, Mariam?
Oh, these three, yeah, with the same boy.
We found out
Oh,
about
okay,
each other
cool.
Well, Remy's
after.
Guys,
story
just
is
keep it
like
Wait,
he
moving. Let's
got
keep it
blindsided.
moving.
So who's speaking now?
The story's
Okay,
tight.
Chelsea. She's the third girl.
So
She's the
Chelsea,
third
this
girl.
is
So
about
the story's
this.
gonna
Wait,
finish
hold
short.
on. So
It's gonna finish
Chelsea,
short.
this is about the same boy.
yeah.
Yeah, I got the worst of him.
She got the worst. I can't
She
even
got
lie.
the way.
All
She
right.
linked
Yeah,
him.
let Chelsea
So
talk. Let Chelsea talk.
yeah.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so anyway, started talking to him at the same time as Miriam started talking to him as well, December, whatever, from the same Clubhouse room. He was texting me or whatever. I was like, okay, interesting. Telling my type, he's giving me back facts and opinions why he's basically my type, and I was like, okay, interesting. He was telling me he got scholarship this about job, things I didn't ask for in it, they're trying to show off, and I was like, okay, interesting, cool. I'm not for all the showing, but good for you, innit? So cool, we're talking, we're on FaceTime and whatever. And one thing we realized is that when we're FaceTime to him, we're all on FaceTime to him. Interesting. He had an iPad and 2 phones basically, so we're all on FaceTime at the same time, but we didn't know about each other. So cool, come to this year now, we're still talking, things are going well, we're getting along, whatever. He's like, He was meant to come see me, but something happened to his car, whatever. He couldn't come see me. So he was like, oh, come see me. He lives in Cov. I was like, okay. So no more, like, no problem. Like, you seem like a decent person. And I use that to see other people I know in Cov. No problem. Cool. Get to Cov now. I have to get an Uber to his house. And then he forgot to buy what we have to eat for the night. So I have to go buy it when I get there. And I'm thinking, it's cool. Like, it's whatever, you know? So cool. I get to his house now. Things are vibing or whatever. He lied about his height. We'll move past that. We're vibing with each other. We're cool, whatever. The first night was calm. It was all right. It was good vibes. Bam. The next day comes now. All of a sudden, he just switches up. I'm just thinking, right, interesting. I've gone out to go meet people. He's gone to do something else. Come back home at like 8:30. He hasn't spoken to me the entire day. He hasn't texted nothing. And I've been out all day. I get back now and he's like, oh yeah, he was on Clubhouse. He was about to fall asleep. I said, okay, cool. I thought he's going to get off of Clubhouse, and have a conversation with me. No, he hasn't come off of Clubhouse yet. I'm sitting right there trying to have a conversation with him. And he's doing that Clubhouse merchant. And I'm thinking, hi, hello, I'm sitting right in front of you. Can you get off of Clubhouse? He's like, I'm listening. I'm like, you're clearly not listening because you're not responding to me. Like, are you actually dumb? So cool. I pick up my phone, I start doing my thing or whatever. I take a nap, I wake up, this guy's still on Clubhouse. I said, Rotted, why are you on Clubhouse this much? Like, whatever. So cool. He's like, oh, are you hungry? I said, no, not yet. He's gone to make food for himself. Cool, he's eaten. A couple hours later, he's gone back again, made food for himself, didn't offer me. I just looked at him like, interesting. All right then. Didn't feed me breakfast, no lunch, no dinner. Wow. So cool. It's going to like 2 a.m. I'm messaging my friends, guys, I'm so fucking hungry. Like, this guy hasn't fed me. Like, what the hell? Me and my friends are trying to go on Uber Eats, go on delivery, go on Just Eat, trying to find more food to eat. And I'm thinking, I actually have not eaten. This nigga has not fed me today. Like, the fuck? I came all the way from south of the UK to Cove, and I have not eaten today. You're sick. So cool. He's doing that. I message him. I'm like, hi, hello, can you talk to me? Like, I'm bored. He's like, take a nap. I said, what? I just woke up and you're telling me to take a nap before talking to me. Right, okay. What does he do? Go back on Clubhouse again. I said, right. The next day, I've now decided, guys, I'm leaving. I'm going straight away because I'm done with this nigga. Like, I actually don't want to be here anymore. The next day has come now. I've woken up. I'm thinking, oh, I need to transfer like, some money to a different account. Why do I go into my account and there's money missing? I said, right, interesting. But I didn't realize it was gone right there and then. I just thought, oh, it was attempted. It didn't actually work, So I'm messaging my friend like, oh no, it's pending, it hasn't actually gone through, whatever. Cool is whatever. I confront this nigga. I'm like, hi, what the fuck was all this energy? You made me come here for no reason. You didn't feed me nothing. You were just on Clubhouse, like chatting to bear girls while I was there. Like, the fuck. He even FaceTime one of them while I was there.
Oh my
God. He stepped out of the room to go FaceTime one of them. I think it was Remy.
It was me.
It was Remy. So cool. I've left now. He's like, oh, where you going? I said, I'm going back to my house. What do you mean, where am I going? The fuck? Cool, I've left now. I've gone on the train. I'm venting to my girls. I'm like, guys, what the fuck? Like, this was rubbish, blah, 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 blah. And I told them about the money. And they're like, Chelsea, your money is gone. I'm like, what do you mean my money is gone? They're like, yeah, it's gone. This was £350 at the time.
Wow.
And they're like, yeah, it's left your
account.
account.
My God.
I said, no, you're fucking kidding me. I was like, there's no way the money's left my account. I know you're shitting me. They were like, calculate how much has left your account and how much should be there. I said, fuck me. I was cussing out on the train. I was literally so tempted to go all the way back to Cov and burn his house down to the ground because are you actually stupid? Like, are you dumb? How dare you steal money from me? And while I was on the train, already venting, why did I get another notification for Domino's? It was a Domino's on my card.
Other Domino's. Pizza.
Monzo notified me. They're like, oh,
wait, 300.
I said, what?
£350.
£350.
I don't really get that.
He bought a washing
machine.
machine.
Went to some home decorating place. Then he tried Monzo £20 again on a different on a different account that I have.
You try to top up your CC still.
I've called my bank now. I'm talking to the bank. Where's my money? What's going on? What the hell? Like, what's going on? And she's like, oh, yeah, get your security. Let me confirm some of the transactions. And then she told me another transaction that's added up to £250. I said, what the fuck is going on? Are you actually kidding me?
Yeah, we're gonna need this.
And she was just like, Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, you
you.
should
I
definitely
said,
name
of
drop.
course I didn't do these
Yeah.
transactions.
This
I'm
is
bare
boring.
back.
Name
This
drop him. I want
is
to know the
And
CC you
now
used,
y'all
please.
wanna name drop?
Now
He
you
Yeah, I
want
attempted
to
can't lie. I
to
was
take
against the name
£100.
dropping thing,
No,
but at
Nah.
this
that is
point,
too deep. Sorry.
Name drop,
I
name
can't
drop,
lie.
name
He's
drop,
robbing
name
some
drop,
girls. He's
name
a
Okay,
drop.
robber
Oh
at
okay,
wait,
heart
okay.
sorry,
I'm gonna
still.
sorry,
name
wait,
drop at the
wait, one
end. I'm
mic,
gonna name
guys,
drop
one
at
mic.
the end.
If you
So he
said your story, could
attempted.
you just
To
Let
finish that?
take
Chelsea
£100
finish.
on my account.
Drift, can you
He
stop
attempted to take
giving
Chelsea,
her
£100
mic?
on
is
my
Chelsea
account.
finished? No.
You.
Okay, yeah. I'm rounding up, sorry guys. So he
Round up,
attempted to take
sis.
100 on my account. He tried Monjo again, or Domino's again. I don't know why you're broke that you can't order Domino's with your own damn money. And then my bank basically were just like, oh, we're gonna investigate whatever. But yeah, and then he blocked me and everything. Then he tried to start messaging again. And I was just thinking, who the fuck do you think you are? Get out of my DMs now before I call the police on you. And yeah, that's my story basically.
Oh my
Wow.
days, I'm
That's
so
my
I can't
sorry.
story.
lie though. Can I ask
So
a
sorry,
Guys,
question?
sis.
Can I ask a
Yeah.
question? Do you girls
Yeah.
really think that like you can come on Clubhouse and find something serious?
Nah,
I
see,
can't
I
lie.
was
I
trying.
mean, we
Hold on,
wasn't
To
wait.
find something
trying
That's
to. We
serious.
wasn't
Hold on,
trying to.
wait.
We
One mic,
weren't
one mic.
trying to.
I feel
He
like
came.
everyone are saying, "Oh, you
One mic,
can't come on
guys.
Clubhouse and find something." I don't really understand what you mean because it's the same thing at Instagram, Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally the same
Literally.
thing. It's all social
No, she got
media.
a point
Literally.
still.
So at the end of the
nah.
day,
I'm
Literally.
listening. I'm
it's just
listening.
like don't judge someone's decision to talk to someone based on the app they met them. There's no need for that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but sorry about that,
Nah.
sis.
It all comes down to I feel like
Okay.
you personally. Like if you're a shitty person, then you're gonna do shitty
Do you
stuff
get it?
regardless of the
Regardless
Mm-hmm.
app
of the
you're
app
on.
or how
So
you
it
Mm,
meet.
doesn't make
Mm.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
word.
You get what I
But
mean?
yeah,
But
I'm
she
so
name
sorry,
dropping.
sis.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
Yeah,
want
his
name
name is
drop.
Banjo.
His name is
like what?
Banjo.
His name is
Like
His
Miss
name is
Banjo.
Banjo
Banjo.
on
Ah,
Clubhouse. Be careful of him. His name
fair.
is
Me, the name has
Banjo.
got
What?
ever.
What?
what?
B
Hey,
A
listen.
B
Sister
A
Era.
N
What's his name
J
again?
O
The name
Banjo.
has did drop.
Okay,
Did
hold on,
Nana
one
like
mic,
her
Bro,
or
let's
what?
stop
one
chatting
mic,
like
He's
this,
from
guys,
please.
Leicester. He's from
I'm not gonna lie,
Leicester.
one mic. If it's not, it's not a thing where we're all talking at once. It's not a discussion. It's not a discussion
No,
room.
banjo.
So
From
literally,
Leicester. From
Don't you
Leicester.
think like
sorry,
What? How
sorry,
much did he
Leicester, for
finesse?
interrupting me.
Almost £400.
Should I?
People are
Fair.
asking his
Excuse
actual
me.
username.
Sorry, the mod's trying to
Sorry?
talk.
I'm trying to talk and you guys are speaking over me like you can't hear me. It's not a discussion room. Once someone said their story, you can ask one question, but if we keep going on about it, then it's just gonna make everything long. Other people want to say their stories too, so please be considerate about that. But yeah, thanks for your story, Chelsea, Remy, and Mariam. I'm just gonna move you guys to Gulag now, so
That's
other people can say
Yeah,
theirs.
quite entertaining.
I can't lie. I got a story though.
Who said they've got a story?
Drift.
Mm.
But it's not like it's about a setup
Alright,
chick, innit?
fair.
It's about a setup chick.
Alright.
Wait,
I swear I was
before you
next.
say your story, is it like proper long?
Nah, it's quick. It's quick.
Alright, cool.
Alright.
Obviously
I
now.
swear I was next though.
Actually, go on,
Who
Nat.
said that?
Go on,
Thanks, babes.
Go on.
Oh, Natalie.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
it's
nice.
Natalie then Ada.
Go on, Ali.
Alright, cool,
Right.
Natalie, go on.
Thanks. Alright, cool. I'll make it quick. It's long, but not as long as that drama. Anywho, sorry about that as well. That's very. I would kill someone. But yeah, so basically, I think this was when I was like 18 or like no, when I was like 17 years old, and I met this guy on Snapchat, and when guys talk to me on Snapchat, I normally just ignore it because personally, I just think it's gonna be some bullshit. And he was like constantly on me, like wanting to meet up with me regularly, and he was proper simping over my pictures and stuff. And normally when guys do that, like it's nice and whatever, but I don't give a fuck because you're not the person that have my eyes on. So he was just doing all that simping stuff, commenting on all my posts and everything, like love struck face, all that. I wasn't really caring because like he was one of them people, them people that you have on Snap that they don't really post that much, or if they post, they don't even show their face too tough. That was the type of person he was. So I didn't really know how he looked. I didn't care. And then one day he popped up to have proper conversation with me. Like normally it's small talk, and I don't really entertain small talk. But was doing big convo, and the convo was getting quite deep, and was voice noting each other, and it was getting quite nice, like having someone to talk to. And I was just like, bro, okay, cool. And then it ended up being phone calls, and we'll talk on the phone all the time. He was telling me how he had one baby mother, and I told him I don't do baby fathers and baby mothers and baby mama drama. Like I don't have time for that, especially at that age when I was like 17. I don't have time for baby drama. So I already told him that. And then he's telling me that I think he was saying that he traps or something. So for me, all of that was just turn off because I make my own money. You take public transport, I drive. It just wasn't really a thing for me. Like, I know it may sound mad to some people, but for me personally, because I drive and I have my own license, I would never go for a guy that doesn't at least have a license because that's just my pride, innit? Not everyone is like that. So for me personally, all the things that I didn't want in a man, he had it. And for me, if you have that, it's already a turn off, and I should have listened to my personal red flags, which I didn't. So now we finally meet up and he tells me more about himself. He takes me on a date. So I was just like, oh, okay, cool. So it's an actual date back when the world was open. We went I think we went to some restaurant. I don't remember where it was. And I put on my makeup, made myself look cute, whatever. And then I'm already short. I'm like 5'2". So when I went to the restaurant now and I saw the brother was like 5'2" as well, I was just looking at his head like, are you fucking crazy? Like, like, why am I linking up with another Oompa Loompa? I'm not trying to be with an Oompa Loompa
Not a
king. Like,
nonsense. Fuck.
I'm sorry, but from when I'm a midget myself, I'm not trying to be with another midget. You know what I mean? So obviously that was already a turn off. And then I was just thinking, okay, let me just look past it because his personality seems calm, even though he's got a baby mother. And yeah, he said he has one child. So I was just like, okay, cool. Child traps, already a turn off, but he has a good personality. So let's just keep it stepping. So I looked past it. And now when I came, hugged him, then he smiled at me and I saw his teeth now. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, but like the teeth were all doing up higgity haggity staircase and they were yellow. I don't know if he brushes his child's teeth and forgets to brush his own. I
Oh
don't know what
no.
it
Oh
is.
no.
Yeah. So for me, that was already just like, oh my fucking gosh, where am I? What am I doing
Now
here?
you're just ignoring the red flags, man.
Huh?
You're just ignoring the red flags.
Literally, that's
But she
literally
said
what
he's
I
got
did.
good personality, no?
Yeah, so I overlooked it, and all my friends know, like, I always look at personality. My previous exes are butters, but my current man is a painting, innit? So cool. So
Oh
I'll say
yeah.
the chest.
Bestiality.
I'll say the chest because all my girls say it's paying as well. And I told them if you go near him, I'll fuck you up. So it's good. So so yeah, so he so now I just looked past that. We sat down, we ate, we had good convo. Then he now went on to tell me that obviously he has a baby mother, but the baby mother that he has a child with has another son and he looks after both of them. So I was just thinking, rah, so 2 kids now. And he said that he calls that one his own. And I was just like, oh, okay, cool. That's a lot for me. And I told him I don't do baby fathers. And I said, you'll never have a chance with me. I literally said it to him. And he still kept trying. And I rate that he kept trying and trying. I was like, cool. So then I link up with him every now and then. And back then I used to smoke weed. Now I don't because I'm a vocalist, I'm a singer. And it really like messed up my voice in a way. So now I don't.
Good.
But yeah,
There you go.
thanks. Thanks. So yeah, so now where was I? So I kept linking up with him every other day and we'll smoke weed together, chill. And then one day, one day, I think it was like a month after chilling with him, he asked me to be his girl. And at this point, I actually liked him now. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll be your girl. So now it was finally official. We're together for 1 week. And then I started receiving, 1 week, yeah.
1 week.
1 week. Well, 1 week in. 1 week in. And wait, I was just about to skip a whole scenario. Okay, so 1 week in now, and I had a performance at the O2 Arena. And I invited
Wow.
I invited all my family, my best friends, my close friends, and they got to sit in the VIP section. So I invited him as well. And he was telling me, oh yeah, I'm just at my boy's house and my boy is paying for my cab. So I'm gonna be there. I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. Remember I've said that he said that his boy is paying for his cab. Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So now he gets to my performance, yeah. And I introduce him to everybody. I say he's my very close friend to my family. And to my close friends, I'm like, Rod, that's my man. And then, because I don't really like introducing my guys to my man unless I know I'm marrying the brother.
Same.
So, yeah, or unless I know it's proper legit. I've only introduced like 2 guys or 1 guy to my mom, and that's it. So, yeah. So now, obviously, when he gets there, I introduce him, then he buys drinks for everybody. When I say everybody, the family, the friends, all of them got drinks. I was like, raw,
Baller.
trap star money, yeah, in it, trap star money, yeah, okay, cool. And then now, performance is done, whatnot, and then I think we all go home. Then it's 2-3 days later, I linked up with him. He was like, "Oh, Natalie, I need £50. Can you send me £50?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, calm, because I don't mind sending people money." But when you really think about it, if you can be paying for all those drinks for people,
doesn't add up.
yeah, like, why are you asking me for £50? Where's that money coming from? So it's cool. I just overlooked it back then. I gave it to him now. And then I forgot about it because I don't really think about money that people owe me. So now it's 3 weeks into the relationship and I receive a phone call from one girl and I'm just thinking, whose number is this? And I didn't recognize it. So I answered. I was like, hello. And she's like, hi, is this Natalie? She has a fresh accent as well. She's got like a Nigerian accent. And she's like, oh, is this Natalie? I was like, yeah, who's this? And she's like, oh, I don't even remember his name. That's how irrelevant he is. But she said that she's his girlfriend. And I was like, what do you mean you're his girlfriend? She was like, yeah, no, I've been going on his phone. Obviously, he lives in my house. That's what she said. She said that he lives in her house. And he never told me that he lives in her house. Yeah. So this is all coming in a surprise to me. I was just like, whoa, wait, hold on, slow down. What do you mean he lives in your house? She was like, yeah, I don't think he's been telling you. She wasn't rude to me. She was so lovely. Like, she's such a beautiful, lovely girl, innit? So I feel so bad for her that she has to have a baby father like that. So now she calls me and she says how he lives with her. And she's like, oh, did you have a performance at the O2? And I was like, yeah, I did. How do you know about the performance? She said, yeah, she said that she's the one that paid for his cab. And that same day when she paid for his cab, they had a fight and he mashed up her house. He smashed her TV, stole all her money. And all that money that he used to pay, all that money that he used to pay for everyone's drink is her money that he stole from her. Yeah. So I'm just thinking, what? And deep, it gets worse. Listen, it gets me mad now when I think about it. But it gets worse. So now she says, yeah, they had an argument. He smashed up her house, smashed her TV, money.
Hey girl, you back?
Hey. Can you hear us?
I don't know what's going on.
You're bugging.
Yo, this app is bugging.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
It's
That was bad.
Nah, this app is glitchy.
Not when
Everyone mute.
she needs to come back and finish that story.
No, she's gone.
Yes.
I'm still here. The app's bugging out, I think. Wait, no, it's fine now. It's fine.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, continue, girl.
It's cutting out, I think.
Okay, you guys can hear
me.
Yeah, we can hear.
So where was I? So
it gets worse.
Wait, where was I? Yeah. She called me, said that he smashed her TV. He stole her money. Then he left, but they were having an argument during the time she was booking the cab for him, because she was asking him where he's going and all this stuff. So she actually ended up paying for the cab. So that's money out of her account, and then all her money in the house, he's stolen it. And then she was telling me how she said, oh, you're not his only other girlfriend. I was like, what do you mean? Like, this is too much. What do you mean? Like, I thought you're his girl and I'm his girl. There's two of us now. She's like, no. She was like, no, there's 3 other girls. I was like,
oh what? My god.
She said, yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna make a group chat and add you into it. I was like, group chat?
Group chat?
What do you think this
Group
is?
chat?
Club. Yeah.
Wait, sorry.
Yeah.
What are you gonna discuss? Who's gonna have who? What hour?
Let her finish.
Right, man.
It gets disrespectful. So I was like, okay, cool, yeah, whatever. So I gave her my Snap, and then she added me on Snap. She made a Snapchat group chat now, and all 5 of us, all 5 of his little whatever you call it, yeah, all 5 of us are in this group chat together now, and So they all say, hi, my name's this, my name's
Oh.
Having that one TED talk. Oh my god.
So they're all introducing themselves. And I was just like, why the fuck am I going to introduce myself to people that we're all sharing a man? Like, what the fuck? And then imagine, this is where it gets disrespectful. One of the girls, so everyone sends a picture of themselves as well. And one of the girls that he was also going out with was a dwarf. An actual dwarf. Oh my
Wait,
days.
sorry. Repeat that, the what?
No, it's not even
A
funny. It's not
dwarf.
even funny. I feel disrespectful. How you cheating on a dwarf? Like, I'm sorry,
Hey,
person.
Natalie,
So
but you count as a dwarf as well, bruv.
Oh, shut
No,
the
but
fuck
she means
up.
like a proper.
Wait, everyone calm down.
But like,
The dwarf.
but I mean, like an actual dwarf. The person is probably like 2 foot or something.
Yeah.
I swear.
Oh no.
I swear. Like,
Oh.
shut the fuck up.
Alright, guys, calm down. Let her
She's
finish.
actually 5'2". Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, like I'm 5'2". I said it, and anyway. So he's actually cheating on an actual dwarf, and I feel like that's completely disrespectful. Because fair enough, you're cheating on someone that's 5'2", but 2 foot. You're taking the piss. You don't care about no one's heart. Her heart is probably smaller than yours, and you're gonna break her heart like some dickhead. So obviously now he was cheating on her, and I think one of them. I think I don't know. I think one of them he even gave her STD or something like that. And I was just and I was just thinking, what? Then in the group chat they were sending all the videos that they have of him. They had the video of him standing up, playing with his dick. One of them, they had a video of him like standing with his, when you do that monkey thing where you have your arms in the air and you just shake your willy.
Hide the cameras in the bedroom, lads. Is that what you lot calling it now? The monkey thing. Fucking hell. And naturally, my problem with you though is you ignored all the red flags from the
shit's
beginning.
so packed when y'all got so popular.
Huh? What the fuck? Who's that?
Oh, hey, Wambi.
When y'all got so
hey
popular,
Wambi,
man.
hey Wambi. But Wambi, let's just let the people talking it. We'll explain to you after what happened.
No.
Oh, Mary, oh my god.
Carry on, Natalie.
So what you said, Emmanuel, like, I don't know why I ignored all the red flags, and that was
Me too,
literally.
Neither do I, man, you clown.
We can't tell you.
I literally ignored all of the red flags, and then I called him, and I was like, "Raw, I just met all your girlfriends," and he just started denying it, and I was thinking, "You're a fucking idiot." I'm in a group chat with them, like we're all chatting about you. Then he was like, "Nah, my baby mom is crazy. This is." I was like, "Yeah, okay, bye." And then I just went on in my life.
So horrible.
I'm not gonna lie, I was so hurt because I actually didn't want to be interested in him, and I allowed myself to get in that situation. So I was very upset and disappointed in myself.
And if falling in love
I'm
is a
disappointed
trap.
in you. No,
You're better than that.
You're not fair.
No, I swear, I know, but thank God.
I agree,
Thank God
man.
it was only. No, thank God it was only 3 weeks of my life, but all of that in the space of 3 weeks is too much.
3 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
3
not bad.
weeks.
And that is a plot. That
Today's
is
the
a
day gone mad.
Nollywood movie plot. Yes.
You have
Literally.
confirmed.
What a
Wait,
plot
I
twist.
don't understand though. You saw him. He was 5'2". You said his teeth was all raggedy.
Yes.
And you still
3
go into
weeks of
something
hell.
with it. No, but do you understand why? But do you understand why a man then pays girls now though? Because this is what happens. They get it now though.
Yeah, no, I was an idiot. Even my best friend's like, Natalie, come on, why do you go for these ugly boys? And I'm like, look, I look at personality. She's like, Natalie, you're too pretty to be having ugly boys.
Natalie, you are really, really pretty, girl.
Thank you. So what all of you girls? You are beautiful.
Oh, stop the cap.
Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. You're
I'm joking. It's because I know her, man. No one come for me, man. I'm joking. Chill, man.
All right, cool. We're not gonna get distracted, but thanks, Natalie, for your story.
I think it's Ida next.
I think it's Ida.
All right, cool. So, by the way, if you said a story or you don't
left.
have a story, can you gulag yourself, please? Because I don't want to gulag the wrong people. So if you don't have a story, and I know the people that are meant to be here.
Drift is next. He said he has a story.
Pardon?
Doing something right now. I'm gonna do it in 5 minutes.
No, wait. Okay, cool. Hold on. Sativa, do you have a story or no?
No, I think she's already said.
No, she has said her story already.
She might have another one.
Babes, I don't have another one. Right.
I might have a story if you guys are okay with me talking.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But Sativa, I'm just gonna gulag you.
Put my hand up if I have another one.
All right, cool. All right, yeah, go on, Alina.
Okay, so backstory. I remember I met this guy when I was like 18, 19. I used to work part-time at the body shop while I was doing my A-levels. I met this guy, really lovely. He worked for John Lewis in Westfield, Stratford. And he was really nice. He was really friendly. He was like, oh, you know, you work here. I really like the stuff here. And I was like, oh my God, my mom likes the flipping pillows in John Lewis. You know, we can, I'll give you my number. You can have mine. If I need anything, I can shout you. And he was like, yeah, for sure. Later down the line, he started like messaging me saying like, you're really pretty and stuff. And I was like, I'm so sorry, like I'm with someone at the moment. I'm not interested until like I'm really interested in this guy. We're quite invested. This was like 6 months into a relationship. And then he was like, okay, cool, fine. When I ended up single, when we broke up because of whatever reason, he was with someone, this girl called Aisha. So I must have messaged him and said, hey, like, you know, I'm going to take your offer for that brunch that you said, whatever. And then he was like, oh, I'm actually with someone. We're really happy, blah, blah, blah. And then this went like back and forth for like 2-3 years. Like I was single, he was in a relationship, either he was in a relationship and I was single. Like it was the other way around. It was always messed up. So I always used to say to him like, oh, I don't think it's fate. Like I don't think me and you are meant to be together because, you know, like every time I'm single, you're taken, or I'm taken, you're single, and it doesn't add up. And this one time, like, he was single and so was I. And then he was like, oh, he messaged me and stuff. And he was like, oh, like, what are you doing this weekend? I was like, nothing. Why? I was like, I swear you were with this girl, Aisha. And he was like, oh, I'm not with her anymore. I was like, why? You guys were together for like a year and a half. You guys don't seem so happy, etc. And he was like, no, she was really toxic. And like there's loads of things that went down. She has a kid as well. Things were a bit complicated, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, first of all, I was like, I didn't know you were dating with someone that had a kid, but you know, whatever, that's your business. This was during the time where Winter Wonderland was happening. So this is like end of 2019. So I was like, oh, you know what, it'd be really nice. We get some food at Nando's, and then we go to Winter Wonderland. I think it'll be really cute. And he was like, yeah, we'll go. So we had a really good conversation. We ate at Nando's. This particular Nando's at Stratford, the one not inside Westfield, but outside, is cursed. And I'll tell you, well, you need to know the rest of the story kind of to know why. It's like literally every guy that I go on that particular Nando's with, I always go meet them. So we ate at that Nando's, me knowing that, oh yeah, it's cursed, but I was like, whatever, it's just in my head. I ate at that Nando's, went to Winter Wonderland. We had a really good time. Like, you know, he won stuff for me. Things were going really great. I said, oh, you know what, this is so cute. My mum would like it. He bought it. He was like, oh, this is for your mum. Even though we weren't that, you know, close. It was just, you know, mutual. We were mutual friends. We were flirting here and there, but that's about it. And this was a time, I don't know if you guys remember in London when like the terrorist attack thing happened at London Bridge. There was that issue that was going on. Don't know if you know.
Yeah. People get run over.
Yeah.
So like London, like where I was at Hyde Park, it was all getting locked off. So we had to take a cab. So he was like, do you want to split? I was like, I don't mind. You know, you spent so much on me. So we split the cab and then we were heading home. We're heading home now, and he's like, oh yeah, you know, I really like you, you know, I want to be with you. And he's like getting close with me and kissing me and stuff. And I was like, yeah, whatever, like it's so sweet. Yeah, we'll just, you know, I'll talk more and we'll see how things go. And yeah, I go home and I'm like super happy and telling my girls like, oh, you know, me and the guy, like, you do you remember the guy from John Lewis? Yeah, we're talking, we had a really good day, etc. And they're like, oh, so happy for me. The next day I'm at work now, and I get a message from someone, like an unknown number. Then I get a message from the guy saying like, oh, Ali, like, Alina, don't pick up, like, don't reply back to the person who's messaging you. And I was like, what the hell? So I messaged this person back and I was like, I'm sorry, who's this? Like, I don't know who you are. And she goes, she's Aisha. And I was like, oh, okay, like, hello, why are you talking to me? Like, what's happening? And she was like, oh, I've seen like messages from Michael, like you guys have been chatting and flirting and stuff. And I was like, okay, so like, what's the deal? Like, what's going on? You know, you guys aren't together. And she goes, babe, we've never broken up. Like, we're still together. And I was like, okay. Like, I still didn't believe her because he was telling me all these crazy stories about her, how she's crazy and she's toxic. I was like, okay, like, babe, like, why? What's going on? Like, what do you mean? And she was like, oh, no, we're very much together. Like, I'm at his house right now. And I was like, okay. She was like, I'm with his mum and we're sitting in the living room. And I was like, okay, like, why? Like, I didn't know that he was with you, you know? And then she was just like, yeah, we're very much together. I was like, prove it to me, because I don't believe you. And she goes, babe, like, he bought an engagement ring like a few months ago. And I was like, what? He bought an engagement ring? And I was like, well, why didn't he tell me? She was like, I don't know. I left to go to Manchester for a few weeks because my mother wasn't well. And, you know, I was there and we, you know, I left him. Doesn't mean I actually left him. I just didn't see him because my mother was unwell. But we're very much together. Like, we're engaged. And I was just like, what the actual fuck is going on? So I called. I was like, can I speak to Michael? And she was like, no, like, you can't speak to him. And I was like, okay, why can't I? And she was just like, oh no. It's just, you know, one of those ones. It's like, I didn't know he was engaged. I was like, what the hell's happening? And then he goes to me, I didn't know that we were still together. I was like, what do you mean you didn't know? Like, how can you not know if you're still together with this girl? And then this girl keeps messaging me and saying like, oh babe, like, he's got the engagement ring. How do I get it from him? And I was like, girl, you, like, that's not my business anymore. Like, I don't want nothing to do with him anymore. Like, what the hell? He's been flirting with me for, like, you know, on and off for like 3 years, and he couldn't tell me the truth that he was still with you. And she has a kid, and she's older than him. Like, it was just too much.
Can I go next?
Oh, yeah, you can go next.
Oh.
Can I go after? Yeah? Sorry.
I'm so sorry. And whole engagement ring, fucking.
The whole engagement ring, and it was a lot,
sorry,
you know.
sis.
He spent.
Wait, can I ask a
I'm
question?
so sorry,
Can I ask a
sis.
question, sis? So you see when you give him the number the first time, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm sure I heard you say you gave him the number whilst you was in a relationship with someone.
Yeah,
You don't see
no, I
that
did.
being a
I
sign,
told my man. I was just
myself.
like, yeah.
Busted.
No, I did. I told the guy. I told the guy. I was like, oh yeah, this is because his friend. So the guy, John Lewis, he had a friend that I knew as well. So it made sense. Like, I knew this guy kind of.
Oh, you had mutual friends and that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So sorry about that, sis. But
it's all right.
Worry about him.
Like, yeah, no, it was. Obviously, I didn't add loads of details to the story. I didn't build it up, but it was annoying at the time because, like, how can you say that he loves me, he cares for me, I can see a future with you, when he bought a girl an engagement ring?
Men lie, man. Men lie.
Don't
It's a
believe
bit
him. He's a
cold
liar.
world out here, boy.
Yeah,
all right,
it just
cool.
didn't make sense.
Just so that we can move on. Sorry, guys.
Hey, charge it to the game, man. Charge it to the game.
So hold on. Ada, do you have a story or no?
Yeah, but my story is a bit like backwards though.
All right, cool. Hold on. Just before you do that, I'm gonna just Ashley, do you have another story or you're just right?
No, you can like me.
All right, cool.
Drift. What about the setup?
Natalie, do you have another story or no?
I got a quick one still.
Let a boy go
but,
first. It's
just
been
hold
girl
on.
stories all this
There's
time.
an
Drift has
order.
been hold on.
Guys,
Drift have been
Let
saying he has
Darius
his first.
go. I'm doing something, man's patterning something right now.
Guys, wait, let's just all talk at once. But Natalie, I was gonna ask the people on stage because there's too many people. Drift,
Sorry,
can
what
you
did you
please
say?
stop raising your hand so much?
If he's so busy, why does he have time to raise his hand?
Sorry, Natalie, I was just gonna say, do you have another story?
Yeah, I can bring another story if y'all want.
No, I'm saying like, okay, cool. If
Stories
you
for
haven't, that's
days.
fine
Oh my
then.
god.
I got
No, but
stories for
Ida
days.
had a
Listen,
story,
I'm a
no?
chatbot.
Yeah, cause
Yeah, no, I'm just asking the people because there's just people here, but no one's really like. It just looks like crowd type of thing.
Yeah, Gulag the people that don't have anything to say then.
Yeah, so if you don't have a story, just please Gulag yourself. Not even in a rude way, just Gulag yourself. Cool. Ida, go on, sis.
Okay, cool. So my story is backwards. Yeah, basically is about how I found out that my best friend fancied me, and he smashed my window because I wanted to not be his friend no more. Basically.
oh my god. Just sounds fucked.
How does that? Wow.
I know. Let me even whisper because I didn't even tell my mum that I know who smashed my window. Do you get it? Like, she thinks it's a burglary.
No, you're smart.
Jesus.
You're
I
mum.
like this
Hey,
one. Keep this one up here.
Mad.
word,
Alright,
man.
so basically, it's such a weird story. So I've had this best friend for like 3 years, 4 years now. I stopped being his friend last year. Cool. So every single one of my friends will be like to me, like, trust me, he likes you. Da, 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 da. All right, wait, let me start again. So obviously he's a little jail cat, yeah, like he's always in and out of jail. So that's like part of the main story, yeah. Like he's always in jail and blah blah blah. So obviously cool now. My friends have told me like, yeah, he likes you because whenever we're on his phone and that, he'll be like, so whenever we're on the phone and that, he'll be like, where are you? Who you with? Why you always going parties and that? But I don't know, he was just weird. So like I just thought, you know what, like you're just weird. So it's just your personality trait that you're like that, innit? Can you not hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, sorry, no, because it keeps saying connection and that. So obviously cool now. Like I've been through like his like he's had 3 girlfriends over the time and blah blah blah. But obviously cool. So we'll argue. I'll go on holiday. He'll be getting mad and that. Da, 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 da. So obviously, one time, me and his friend, not his friend, his cousin, must have done a thing like blah blah. And obviously, he's in jail now, so he's just asking me like deep questions and that, like like who you been talking to, like you know, best friend catch ups and that on a visit. And obviously, I've told him like like not gonna lie, like I chopped this guy, and then he's like.
Yeah.
Raw, like from where? And he's like, you know, that's my cousin, like going like mad, innit? So I'm thinking, oh, like he's getting upset because
Naturally.
like, you know, like you're my best friend, how can you chop my cousin? So obviously cool, like just thinking, what the fuck? Obviously, sometimes on the calls and that, when he's calling me, he'll be like, oh, you know, best friends fall in love and that. Like he'll say things like that, but I just think, oh, you just being like, trust me, I just used to think he's just being weird or he wants convo and that, you know. So obviously cool. So he's chatting shit, but like it's been a toxic friendship. Like he just chats shit. Like he'll get angry. Why are you wearing this? Oh, you're wearing makeup because you want Bear Man to move to you. Obviously cool now. So like last year, the friendship was coming to an end because it was like, it was, you know, like it was too much. And obviously with me, yeah, when I love my friends, like my pockets are deeper in it. So every time he went in jail, like before, like whenever he'll come out of jail, he'll be like, you know what, like Ada, give me a bit of money, like I'm gonna start a new line. So obviously I'll give him money and that. Like, let's say now, like he owes me like 2K up to 2K basically, innit? From all these like restarts of I'm starting a line. So obviously it's come to a point now. The one time he wants to ask me like for 3K, not 3K, £300 on the spot. I'm like, okay, cool, but you need to give it back because I've given you money enough time, blah blah blah. So obviously that became like a problem with him. So we'll argue. I remember one time he must have come out of jail and that, and then he's like, he wants to see me, but obviously I was going on holiday, so I was like, okay, cool, you need to see me like quickly before, because I need to get ready to go on my flight, blah blah blah. So when I've seen him now, he's moving bare weird. Like he's like, oh, like what would you do if I kissed you? Like what would you do? Like, you know, like that's normal. Like best friends like their friends and I was just thinking, you're just moving weird, innit? So he was gonna go up the lift to go up his house, but you know when you can kind of tell someone's like moving weird, like they're gonna kiss you and that. That's what he was moving like. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take the stairs because like that's just not me. So I was like, cool, we've gone up the stairs now. And he was just moving weird. Like even because his friend was there, his friend was just like, you're moving like you're in love with her and that, like you need to calm down, blah blah. Obviously, cool. So when I've gone on holiday now, he's just like, I can't believe you actually left me. Like, you should have never went on your holiday. I just came out of jail, blah, blah, blah. So obviously, literally, when we got there, like, we're arguing and that. So I've kind of like cut him off. Yeah, I'm like, you know what? Like, this is too much. We always do this. Like, we're always arguing, blah, blah, blah. It's not healthy, etc. Cool. So we stopped talking for a bit. Then Carnival came around and then I must have saw him and he was like, oh, Ida, like, you can't do that, you're my real friend. Like he was crying and that, like, you're my friend, like don't do that. So we kind of blessed it. And then cool. So, but we blessed it, yeah. But you know when you bless it and you're not like, it's not the same. So I just left it at that. Like we weren't really the same, but yeah, it was cool. And then basically last year, like some little incident happened where like he tried to get onto one of my friends because he thought one of my friends basically said to him like, you know, you're so bad to Ida, like Ida does all these things for you, blah blah blah, and he was just dissing her. And I was like, you know what, like that's it, like you can't get onto my friends because of how bad you are, so I don't want to be your friend and that, and blah blah blah. And he was like, yeah, like watch now, I'm gonna get this girl to beat you up, I'm gonna get this person. I'm just like, what the fuck, like how did you switch like from all of this? And he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna get this person. I was just like, whatever, like with me, like I'm a bit cheeky when I argue, innit? So see, I'm dissing him back, like obviously his mum's bold, innit? So I'm like, yeah, like go help your bold mum and that. Obviously he's got deep, like he's got deeper problems in it, like with his mum. So I was like, yeah, like that's what. Okay, let me just say, obviously he made his mum homeless, innit? So I'm like, that's why your bold mum's homeless. Like, allow it sharp. You wish you could come smash my window because that's all you can do.
That's deep. You don't talk about people's mom.
No, but it
No,
was
you're
deep.
cold for that. You're cold for that. You're cold for that.
No, but he was dissing my dad, didn't it? Like, and my dad's sick. Obviously, cool. So he's dissing my dad.
No, I
He's
hear you,
dissing
but
my
you're
friend's
saying it
mum who's
loud
sick,
and
innit?
proud, boy.
No, yeah. So
Let her
obviously,
finish. Let her finish.
You lot
no,
stop cutting her off. Just wait for her to finish.
No, yeah. So obviously, cool. He's dissing my like sick dad and my friend's sick mum, innit? So obviously, where I'm going back, like, shut up, like your mum's a bold bitch, like shut up, like your mum's homeless. You wish you could come smash my window because that's all you can do. Because literally, he has like a reputation of like, whenever he used to break up with his girlfriend and they'll argue, who'll end up sending someone to go smash their window, innit?
Hi.
Yeah, obviously he's gone back in jail now. He's got recall again, innit? Like he's literally in and out of jail. Like it's like routine. Like everyone knows him for going in and out of jail, whatever. So he's cool. He's back in jail now. I've added his friend to the call. I'm like, listen to what your friend's saying. Like he's done that here. Like everyone remember what I've done for him. Everyone's literally getting on to him in the call. Like you can't do that to Ida. Like Ida's always had your back. Like, and even one of his boys like I don't have you the way that Ida has you. Like, you think I'm gonna give you peace to restart your line? Obviously, I think that was getting to him, innit? And I was like, all you can do is smash my window. And obviously, he hates like being predictable. So obviously, I was like, all you can do is smash my window. That's all you can do. And she's like, I swear to God, that's not what I'm gonna do. I swear to God, that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a girl to beat you up. I'm like, all right, cool. So cool now. Literally, I've kind of brushed it because I was thinking, like, you know what? I was actually his best friend, and like the way I had him, you know what, he's not gonna do nothing to me. Like that's what I thought, innit? So obviously, cool. I'm on sorry. I'm on FaceTime. Literally. I'm on FaceTime to my friend now. Like the next day, cool. I'm on FaceTime to my friend. We're literally talking. I'm explaining to her, like, me and him are not talking no more, but trust me, it's defo for good. So I'm sitting there. Literally, a brick comes through my window. I literally was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm literally sitting in my room. And obviously, the way that they smashed my window, yeah, like, you have to come in through the block. And then they've gone in to the garden and come and directly smashed my bedroom window. Do you get it? So obviously, the bricks come through my window. I'm like, what the fuck? Obviously, I've texted them. I was like, I'm so proud of you. Like, you actually done something that you usually you would say. You said that you're gonna do whatever. Yeah, like something cheeky. And he's like, yeah, got my present or whatever. Like, cool. So cool. Now that's done. And then, literally, long story short, like 2 months later, he must have called me, like trying to be my friend and that, like saying, Ida, like, you know, like I didn't mean that. Like I was thinking, is this guy tapped? But obviously, I didn't think he fancied me still, like, bearing this man. So my other friend, that's a boy that's been in jail, was in jail with him, must have been like to me, oh, you know, like, he actually liked you. Like, he used to come back from the visit and be like, oh, you wore lip gloss for him. And, like, you was looking at him in a certain way and how you touched your hair. Like, he used to talk about things like that. Just thinking, raw, like, maybe he was mad because he thought the end of the friendship was the end of, like, a potential with me. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's my little story.
Thank you.
That's
all right,
crazy.
thanks, Ida. Cool. So, what's it? I'm just gonna move to the audience now.
Wait, Kensal keeps disappearing. I don't think she has a story.
Yeah, if the person just keeps
I'm
going.
gonna like that.
Before we
Who?
go on, guys, please try
She
to make your
got
stories not
what?
too long because it's just like other people like deserve a chance too,
Yeah.
and we're
And
gonna end
also
it in a
use the
couple of minutes.
hashtag on Twitter, trash stories.
Yeah. Rico, do you have a hashtag or you're just here?
What did you say?
I said, do you have a story or you're just here?
I'm here for the vibes, man.
Do you have a hashtag, you know?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do like just
Who? Oh.
huh?
Oh.
All right, cool. Who's next? Darius, you said you had a story, right?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, cool.
Yeah, cool. So I got 2 stories. Yeah, it's 2 minutes long each. Is that calm?
Go on.
Yeah. So obviously I was on holiday, and it was a family holiday, and obviously, you know how like sometimes you have like games and stuff, like sports and stuff, like you can do out there, young people. So obviously there must have been a girl there. Obviously I was feeling a girl, she's feeling me. We must have like linked up, get me at night time when all the family was sleeping. Went somewhere, you feel me? Went to do our thing. And then obviously we went to like one bathroom, you feel me? Like a public bathroom, and yeah. So obviously it's a bit explicit still, so yeah. So yeah, cool. Yeah. Can I get into it?
Yeah, just go on. If it's
brother.
if it's something like to do
I
with
said
any like
Europe.
forceful things, then don't talk about it because you need a trigger warning.
Trust
But
me.
Anyway,
Listen to you, bro.
okay, cool. Yeah, so obviously, yeah, we're doing our thing, you know what I'm saying, getting into it. I must have been, you get me, fingering her, innit? Cool. And then the lights were off, you feel me? So obviously I was doing my thing. She was enjoying it. I was enjoying it. Having a good time. And then, no. And then, you know what I'm saying, long story short, like there was, like obviously the lights are off and it's pitch black. And obviously there was liquid on my hand still. And I was like, yeah, like, I'm doing my thing. Like, yeah, man. I was hitting that spot, right? Turned on the light.
God.
oh god.
He never
Like a crime
expected it.
Was
scene.
it blood?
Yeah, it looked like a crime scene. I turned on the
Guys,
light.
stop with the can you guys stop with the little like comments, please? Just let him finish.
Yeah, so there was literally blood everywhere still, and it was obviously it was embarrassing for her, innit? But I helped her clean it up, so we just moved on still. But yeah, that's that. And then the next thing, obviously, I must have linked up with another girl. We did our thing. As we were doing it, we're doing like a missionary thing, you feel me? And I kept hitting that spot, boom, 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 and she started to like hit that climax point. And as she did that, she started to shake. You feel me? She just started shaking. Then like when I like moved away, she wouldn't stop shaking. And then like she had
Bro,
a
did you
seizure.
come to lotion?
Was
Did
it?
you come to like expand your market?
Read it on my
Because
Nah,
you're
big
actually
man thing.
like
on
I'm
my
not gonna lie,
I'm a
life.
guy in that. I know what to do.
I'm
Just
not
do
gonna
this.
lie,
Expand
Darius,
in the
the
market
story
right now.
hold on, mate. One minute, guys. The story is not bad, but it's actually trash stories. Do you know what I
It's
mean?
not. It's toxic.
Sex story.
Stories.
Yeah.
Like
It's not you marketing yourself.
That's so
Can't lie,
sad.
Man,
Darius
you
doesn't
just had a
even.
bad
This one
experience,
they
innit?
need to take to God.
You had a bad
Can't lie,
experience,
Darius
innit?
so
doesn't
if
even look like
this
a
was
cheater,
like
but
a cool
boy.
story, then I get it. But just yeah.
Darius, this one be your own, man.
Wait, so Darius, is that all
Yeah.
your stories?
No, man, let him finish.
Oh no, yeah, like obviously, no, that the last one didn't like she had a seizure, but I thought it was
Yo, he says this. Darius, this is trash
that's
stories,
what I was
bro.
saying. Yeah. Huh?
This is trash
So
stories.
maybe it's you, you know.
Yeah,
That's
how
Yeah,
do you know
brother,
you're
you
trash,
trash,
bring
man.
like
bro?
the common
How does that
denominator
make
in
him
these
How does
trash?
that
stories.
make?
You are the
No common
hashtag, bro.
denominator.
I don't really get that. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's it. Love though, innit?
No problem,
All
Darius.
I'm
Thank you
saying
for
is
the
I know
story.
right now Darius has got like 5 extra followers. Girls heard that story and got excited.
All right, cool. Drift, you've raised your hand many times. So, do you have a
I'm
story?
there. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, cool. Please make sure it's not too long.
It's not that long.
Go on.
Firstly, obviously, everyone just follow my thing. I do music and it's.
This is not no.
This is
Right,
not for
carry
my
on,
Let him
carry on.
promo.
Hey,
please.
relax, man. That
Nah, I
was
can't
only
lie.
2
No,
No, I
seconds.
can't lie. You
Angel, let
can't
him
do that because
promo.
you
You
let
let
the
the
girl
other girl
shout her business.
promo.
If he
I
You
doesn't
let
let
the
know,
the
other
then let
girl
girl
him shout
promo
it.
promo.
her
Yeah,
business,
exactly.
not her,
Word.
not to say
Yeah, bro, he
follow
does
me
music
as
though.
in
He
her
does the music though. He
business.
does
Bro,
the
he
Listen,
does
music.
exactly.
music.
Check out my
Carry on,
song.
let's carry
Check
on.
out my song.
Hey, move
Okay,
on, man. Move
cool.
on.
Okay, cool. Whatever.
And
Go
I
on.
asked.
JRM.
Don't get onto her. I asked. Okay. Period.
Cool,
Okay, he
cool.
didn't ask, so I don't know why you guys are jumping at me, but cool, go on.
Alright. So cool. Man's literally just on socials and that, normal, doing my thing. And then one girl shouted, man, and it's not immediate. In fact, like, let me just get the concept, like, let me get the little background, like, trust me, I never really lack. Like, it's hard. I don't lack because I just move safely and that. And then obviously this girl's hit, man. She got couple K on the Insta. And then she's hit man up, and I've noticed she's moving weird. Like, she's like to me, like, let's meet, this and that, like very, very quickly. She's like, let's meet. So cool. I'm like to her, cool, whatever. We've spoken. We've even FaceTime like once. And then fucking, so I FaceTimed her now, and then it's got to the time where it's like, yeah, meeting time. Like, in fact, she just kept saying, meet me. And I was thinking it's weird, but I wasn't thinking it was anything because I thought this girl's actually like patterned. Like, it's not a weirdo, you feel me? So fucking, and I may name drop, but I might not, but fucking, so cool. One day I must have been near her side, and I was driving or whatever, must have shouted her, and I was like, yo, you about? And then she was like, no, I'm not about today, but come tomorrow. So I was like, yeah, if I'm free, I'll come through. And then so I shouted her the next day, and I'm like, yeah, I'm local, whatever. She's told me where to meet her, because we was gonna get food and that. So cool. I've gone to where she's told, man. She told me like a restaurant to go to, blah blah blah. I've gone there now, and then I've called her, and she's telling man she's outside. And obviously, like, before I go to any situation, I always analyze the situation. Like, I never, do you get it? I just move mad safe. So I must have just been parked up, but near the place like where she told man to go to. So I've called her now, and I can see the place. I can literally see the entrance, everything. And I've called her. She's told man she's outside, like, and she's blatantly lying, innit? And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm outside. Like, where are you? She's like, oh no, actually I'm running a little bit late, this and that. So I'm like, cool. And I'm just in my car waiting, but obviously now, like, she thinks I'm there. So I'm just watching the place. Tell me why 4 youths have pulled up to the, hey bro, 4 youths have gone outside the shop now. And then I'm just in my car. And then, like, obviously, like, that's the story, you know. Like, I can't lie, I would have got long that day, literally. That's the story still.
Who's the girl?
Nah, I'm not
Hey,
even
name
gonna
drop,
go
name
down.
drop. It's
No,
hard
no,
now.
yeah,
Just
No,
no
name
man,
drop.
exception.
It's
I
man,
hard
want
to
to
say
know.
out
man.
chicks.
Hey, protect us. Protect us
There's
from
there's
people
no
who
there's no
are
exception for the setup
Nah,
chicks.
smash it. Hey, too many numbers in this right
I
now.
Jeff, I'm only asking to
Yeah,
keep the
too.
body
That's
safe out here,
more
bro.
Gotta
numbers,
Keep the
the
keep
body
more
the
safe.
man
safe.
them
The
safe,
man them
bro.
Oh,
out
Like,
there, innit?
too many numbers. Too many numbers.
Yeah,
Can't lie, you might
what
have to
area
get
was this?
gulag, bro, because we need to
What
keep the
area
This
body
was
was
this?
safe out here, bro.
this was in Woolwich, still.
Oh, that's
Woolwich,
alright,
Oh
Woolwich.
man. Safe.
man,
what?
Bro,
Yeah.
trust me, bro.
All right, cool. So
Mm.
who's next? She has a
So,
story. Abdul, do you have a story?
Lag me. I was here to mediate and add my little 2 pence.
Yeah, you could have just good at yourself, but cool. Merch, do you have a story?
I
Brandy,
got a
do you have a
story.
story?
Yeah, I have a story.
Yeah, we're going in order, Abzi, so just hold on. But go on, Brandy.
Okay, I'm gonna try and make it as quick as possible. So basically, it started with this. It's about some guy, and he basically was doing something with a girl that I know, but I didn't find out because anyway. Let me start from the beginning. So basically, I started in a new sixth form. He was going to my sixth form, but he was a year above me, but he was repeating. So he was a year older than me, but he was in my year. And this other girl, well, I'm just mentioning her because it's important for later in the story. She was repeating as well. So they were both in my year, but they were older than me. And they went to my school, but they were the year above me. So I started school now. I was trying to be serious about sixth form, whatever. And obviously I see this guy and I think he's really good looking, but obviously I didn't say anything to him. But I feel like I kind of gave myself away because obviously I told my friends and stuff and I was looking at him like I was treating him. I thought, like he's nice. And cool now, he was in one of my lessons. I'm not going to say too much detail because some people that know him are in this clubhouse still. But yeah. And then I don't know how, but he got my snap. And then when he got my snap, I added him back. He messaged me and we started talking, normal talk, whatever.
and he was like how he noticed that I was preening whatever. Cool. Then we were talking for like maybe 1, 2, 3 weeks before he actually spoke to me. Like it was weird. He was speaking to me on Snap, but then when he saw me in sixth form, he wasn't speaking to me. And then he was on Snap. He was like, oh, he wants to walk me home. I was like, cool. So in sixth form now, after the lesson that we're in, the same lesson in, he was like, cool, let's go home together. Bear in mind, this part that I'm about to say is important. Bear in mind, in the sixth form, when people are walking out, everyone can see you walking out. So it's a thing where there's nothing to hide. Everyone can see who's going home with who. So we've left now. He's walking home with me. And this walking home business continues like maybe like we go to school 5 days a week, maybe like 4 times a week this was happening. And like everyone knows this, like there's no secret about it. Cool. This continues for like some months, yeah. Apart from sometimes we stop talking on and off. Cool. And then we didn't do anything that serious, but you know what people that like each other do, innit? And then one time I'm with some girl, we're in a study room or something like that, and I'm with my friend and another girl that's in his year, but she's not repeating, so she's the year above us, and we were in year 12 and she was in year 13 at the time. But because he's in our year, well anyway, he was in our year, but she was the year above. And I was talking to my friend about him, and then she was like, oh, what are you talking about? Obviously, I don't know, because everyone always used to see us, I didn't think it was that deep for me to tell her. So I was like, yeah, I told her that, oh yeah, I was chatting to him. And she was like, oh, are you sure? Because like my friend, but she wasn't finishing her sentence. And I was like, what? And she was like, but my friend, she was like, she knew what the fact was, but she was saying, my friend, I think my friend does a thing with him. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, I have to get more information before I come back to you, so I don't know. Cool. We go on like half term now. So this actually like, what year are we in now? This is 2 years ago to like in this time of year. So like around this time 2 years ago. So he's in my 2 years ago memories. And we go on half term now. On half term, I'm out. My phone must have broken for like 2 days, and I don't know if it was in the shop or something, but I didn't have my phone for like 2 or 3 days. Got my phone back. I have all these messages, my friend saying, onto your phone, and him messaging me saying, oh, why are you telling people my business? Why you did it? And he's deleted bare chats, deleted bare voice notes that he sent me, deleted bare pictures that he sent me. And I'm going on the chat and I'm seeing this now and I'm saying, what are you talking about? And it's like, oh, why are you telling people our business? Why are you telling people that we are, because we weren't going out. But he was like, why are you telling people that we are a thing? And I was like, who's people? So this girl that was in the room must have told him about that. Turns out he was going out with a girl that was in in 2 of my subjects. And this girl was friends with me and she saw me go. It didn't make sense because she saw me after the lesson going home with him like almost every day. And she didn't say anything about it, but apparently they were going out for 3 years. And then, wait, am I mute? I know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
You
can
can
hear
hear
you.
perfectly fine.
All right, cool. Yeah, and then, yeah, they're still together to this day, long story short, to be honest. They came to results day together, holding hands, they're still together to this day. She knows about me, but she knew about me, but like after I started speaking to him, whenever she'll see me, not even when she'll see me, she'll still talk to me to this day. She still talks to me and acts like nothing happened. Like she never said anything to me about it. And I felt no, I've to be honest, it's not my business to go up to her and tell her anything. I just said to him what I found out and left him alone. It's not my business to say anything to her. But for example, if she's friends with some people that are my friends, so she'll be talking about him and saying my friend, but then saying things about him around me, knowing that I know about them. If you get what I mean.
So she's trying to make you jealous, type of thing.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, that's long story short, and they still go out to this day.
Damn, sorry about that. I don't even know what I'll do.
Yeah.
But thanks for your story, girl. Esther, do you have a story?
Yeah, I do.
All right, cool. So let's go on.
Okay.
obviously I'm gonna start from the start in it. So what's something like scenario where basically I met this guy in it. I must have gone to the studio with my friend, and like I met this guy, and obviously from that day we'll say like we clicked in it, and obviously started talking, talking, texting. We'll say we entered this talking stage, and obviously I start speaking now, and I'm thinking, yeah, like this guy's the one. Like this is a love story at this point, Carl. Like I'm low-key like catching feelings and that I'm liking this guy. Yeah, talking. Now we've got to the point like we're seeing each other now, so we're linking up every day. Like this is basically like that's bare like I'm getting to know him, taking time to get to know each other, whatever. And now obviously we've got to the point where we're basically exclusive, but we're not trying to put the name on that we're exclusive, but we're basically exclusive at this point. So obviously I was literally with this guy every day. Like I'll basically say that was bae, that was like my nigga. Like no one else could chat to him, no one else could chat to me. Like this was like exclusive, but it wasn't exclusive. So we got to the point like I was with him every day, I would go to see him every day, he'll go to come see me every day. So it must have been one time when I must have gone to his house now. And then what must have happened? I had my coat on me, I had my card in my coat, and I must have gone to his yard and I put my coat, like I've took my coat off, and obviously I saw his coat now. I liked his coat, how it looked. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take this home. Casual thing, like take each of his coats and let's just wear each of his coats and that. And I must have took his coat and then left in a rush, not realizing my card is in my coat that I've left at his yard. So I've gone with my coat now to my yard. Well, I've gone with his coat actually to my house. Now I realised I left my card in his coat, but I'm not fussing about it because I'm thinking, yeah, like that's bare, like nothing's gonna happen. Like my card's just in his coat. So I've obviously jumped on call with him, and he's like, yeah, you left your card, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna collect it. Now, what must happen was I'm going to see my sister in London, and I've left Birmingham, in it, like basically where I'm from, and I was there for like a couple of days, so I didn't even have time to go collect my card from this guy. Now, obviously, I'm in London now, and then I'm on call to him, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just come and collect my card another day. He's like, yeah, like don't worry about it, to do there. And then what must happen was I must have asked him send me a picture of my card, so I can add on Apple Pay. Because I need to like buy things when I'm up here. Like I just need my card on my phone. So yeah, he sent that. Put my Apple Pay on my phone. Now, obviously, I don't really use Apple Pay on my phone card. When I use it, like I just do the most with it, and like I just start spending, and that's why I don't really put Apple Pay on my phone. So I must have Apple Pay on my phone now. And then I've gone to check my account because I'm thinking, yeah, like I want to know how much I'm spending. So I've gone to my account and I'm seeing £58 been taken out from this Tesco petrol station. So I'm thinking, like I don't drive. Well, I wasn't driving at the time. I don't have a car, so I'm thinking, where's this from? Now obviously I'm thinking he's the only person that's got my card, but I'm not trying to jump to conclusions already. I'm not trying to point fingers. So I'm just trying to deep like, did I spend £58 anyway? No, like it's not adding up. So we've ended up on call to each other, and I just thought, yeah, like let me just mention it and ask him like if he knows about it. So I must have asked him like, did you spend £58 on my card? Like, do you know where that came from? And he was like, oh yeah, I was paying for petrol at the petrol station, but I'm gonna pay you back. And I was like to him, like, you don't have a car, so whose petrol you paying for? So I'm thinking like this nigga don't drive. Like he was driving and he got his driving license taken off him because he was driving an uninsured car. So I'm thinking, whose car are you paying for? So I'm just asking like, whose petrol are you paying for? I was driving with this girl in it. We'll just call her Lucy in it because I'm not trying to pay out people's names. He was like, yeah, Lucy was driving the car. I'm thinking, who's Lucy? And then he was like, nah, me and the boys were with Lucy. We're going to studio, so we're driving it. I had to pay for petrol real quick, and I didn't realize it was your card. But I'm gonna pay you back. From this point, yeah, I should have blocked him off. I told my friend, she was like, Esther, like, and he was like, yeah, she was like, oh yeah, you should have locked him off. Like, what's going on? Like, Esther, he took £58 from your account. I'm like, nah, he's gonna pay me back. Obviously, love was blinding me at this point.
Sorry. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you said he took the money out. Where did you get the pin from?
I don't. He must have used contactless or something because like
yeah,
but you can't
withdraw money. If you're withdrawing it, it's a pin thing. So where did you get your pin?
I don't. I honestly, I don't know. But this nigga does fraud in it, so I don't know. But he does fraud in it, so he must have found a way.
Continue. Sorry. It's just a thought.
Nah, it's not done. So what must happen? Was So I was thinking like that's actually a good point. I don't know how he did that, but yeah, he must have found a way. So now, where did I get to? Yeah, so obviously I'm talking to my friend now. Yeah, this nigga took money on my account. Yeah, she was like, nah, Esther, like what? This guy like is doing the most. I'm thinking, what is going on? Obviously my friend's birthday was coming up. And then because I had money in my current account, but obviously I have a savings. So I must have transferred all the money to my savings because I'm thinking like that's just a bit beauty. But I left some money in there because I had to purchase my dress for my friend's meal and my heels for her meal. So I've gone back on my account and I've seen that money is taken out also. So I'm thinking at this point, like this nigga is taking the piss. Like I don't know what's going on. So I must have called him up again. And I'm thinking, like, was that you that took out that money as well? And he was like, oh, yeah, like it was an accident. And at this point, like, it wasn't even a love thing anymore. Like, this was a beef thing. Like, why are you taking money out of my account? Like, I fully trusted you and you're taking money out of my account. Bearing in mind, I didn't mention, yes, this guy does fraud. So he must have found a way. Like, he's got my details. He's got the security number. He's got the long card number. So, like, he must have found different ways to access this account. So, what must have happened was, now I'm gone to him. I want my money back for my outfit because my friend's meal was in a couple of days, and plus the money from what you spent at the petrol. But bear in mind, I've like requested for a new card, so I've like blocked my account so he can't access it no more. And then obviously, must have blocked that. And then he must have been like, he'll get me the dress, just send the screenshot, and then he'll order it himself, and he'll bust me the money back. Okay, now like this nigga at this point, he's basically ghosted me in it, but I know where he lives. So me, my friend, we must have pulled up. Not even like on an angry thing, just literally like I need my money, my friend's meals in a couple of days. Can you just hurry this up? And from this point, I won't have to chat to you again. And he's moving long, trying to make it like trying to be funny with us, trying to make it joking, that, but it wasn't like that thing. Now, obviously, I must have just thought, like he's not gonna give me my money back, so I just left it. Must have blocked him off everything, and then Now, obviously, this guy's trying to get in contact with me through like his friends and that, and then what's it called? He finally got in contact with me. Must have spoke to him, and then we've just blessed it out. Like we left it on a casual thing, but I wasn't fine with him because like I didn't want to beef him in it, so I just left it. But I wasn't fine with him. Now it comes to a point where his friend must have held AP in it, and then me and my friend must have pulled through. So we've come through now, and then I'm seeing like I must have been there now. And I've seen him walk in with this girl matching Canada Goose. So I'm thinking, like, I'm not feeling the type of way. I was just, okay. And then they walked in, and then obviously my friend must have like recognized the girl and then started speaking to her and everything. And then she must have been speaking. Wait, hold on, Esther.
Yeah.
What
This is
at 3 in it, and obviously your story's just a bit long. It
sounds
sounds
like
so
a
rude,
fraud case.
I'm not gonna be reading it.
That is a fraud case.
So just please try to
round it up a little
round
bit.
it up, please.
Say no more. So obviously, end of the story. He must have bought the girl that he walked in with was basically his girlfriend throughout that whole time. So basically, the side chick and that. So,
Cool. Also, whoever's texting me on a fake account called Lani, text me on your main account, please, because you're chatting a lot of shit.
Yeah, chatting a lot of shit.
That boy a pussy. Don't even worry
Drift,
about it.
can you please stop?
I don't know why they keep putting him back up here.
Hold on, wait, because... Hold on. Drift, why do you keep raising your hand like 10 times?
Am I?
You are.
Don't get you. I just turn on.
It's for promotion.
No, not
Because
even.
I
Not even
understand
fake,
that you
though.
did it before because you wanted to say a story, but now you said your story and it's like it keeps making my phone lag. Could you please stop? You said your story, so what else would you be up here doing?
Why do I keep getting invited and lagged out? Don't invite me if you're gonna
Because
lag
you
it.
keep raising your hand.
I'm not. You're raising me for no reason. Like I'm
What?
literally chilling there.
Angel, just lag him, Angel,
He
lag him.
raised his hand like 10 times. Okay, cool. People are really weird. But
thanks for the story, Esther.
Sash, do you have a story?
Right. Yeah, I have a story, but mine is short and sweet in it. So
alright, cool, thanks.
Basically, first year of uni, yeah, I was talking to this guy. We met the first week of uni, all good, and all of that. I think it was about the January time now. He invited me over, went to his now, and he must have went to the kitchen to make us some food. I now went in the toilet now, and I looked to the right of me next to the shower and saw a bag, and I was like, probably taking his rubbish out because he normally takes his rubbish out on this day. And I looked in the bag and I was like, you're lying. No, it can't be that. It can't be. So I got like, something was on the side of the bathroom sinks. I took it and I opened the bag and I was like, you're lying. No, it was, trigger warning, a used pad. So I said, okay, cool. All right then. All right. I was like, not me. I'm not on my period. Like, what the fuck? What's going on? Anyways, now I was like,
oh my gosh,
shaking. Came out now, and I was sat on the bed, and I was like moving up and down, like, oh my god, he's still cooking. Like, do I go in the kitchen? Like, his flatmate's gonna come out. Like, what's going on? So I'm gonna wait. Anyways, now I don't know how I managed to eat, but I ate the food. Anyways, now laying down in bed, and I'm twisting and turning. It's like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, come here, look. What's that? In the bathroom. And he goes, what are you talking about? Open the bag. And he goes, oh, swear, I didn't even know that was there. And I was like, you're lying. What do you mean you don't know it was there? Anyways, now I was like, who is she? And he's like, oh, that's like, okay, fine. Like, it's my friend. She came from the other uni, like down the road. Like, okay, it's my friend. I was like, okay, what happened? Did you fuck her? No. I was like, what happened? She just sucked my dick in it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I just left, and that was that. End of.
That nigga say he just sucked my dick.
Yeah.
No, that's the story.
No. That nigga was bad.
Bad.
No, what the flip from that?
And then I was like,
pad,
so
I
she didn't put it in the bin, like the actual bin that was next to the toilet. Why didn't you just put it in the bin? And he was like,
was this first year?
So yeah.
This was in first year of uni.
What a dirty
First
lad.
year of uni. So I'm in my 4th year now. So that was a long time ago.
Nowadays. All right. Thanks, Sash.
No
For your story. That was really nice and short. Cool. Jamal, do you have a story?
Oh yeah, I got a story. Yeah, but this shit is wild. I'm gonna be honest with you. It ain't about relationships.
Please make sure it's not too long. Yeah,
it's not long. I'm gonna just tell you the story.
Please,
so I'm walking with my boy, right? We heading to work. It's about like 12 a.m. You know what I'm saying? So it's at midnight. So as I'm walking, right, I see we see a dude down the block, all black. He just staring at us. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck wrong with this nigga? In my head. So I looked at my boy. I'm like, yo, you know this nigga? Like staring at you and shit? He like, nah, I don't know. So I'm like, all right, cool. So as I'm walking down, the dude literally, right, pulls a pistol on the back of my boy's head. So I'm looking, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And I'm realized the nigga.
Hey, bro, this is not a robbery story, cuz.
My nigga, I'm dead set. I'm not even joking.
This is
this
toxic.
shit is some serious shit.
Hey, bro.
Yo, don't be snitching.
Yeah, so like the nigga pulled out the pistol, right? And then I looked at the dude and I know who it is. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, yo, what up, bro? What the fuck are you doing? He's like, yo, your man's right here. He a snitch. Right here, he brought the cops to my door. He know what he did. That's why I put this shit to his head. I'm like, yo, fam, it ain't even like that, bro. But mind you, this was like 4 years ago. This is like way before, like, I was a young nigga. So I was bugging. So back then, like, so the dude was like, yo, your man's is a snitch right here and shit like that. He brought, cops to my door. I had to flush 20 grand of work. You know what I'm saying? This nigga bugging. So I'm like, yo, bro, is that true? He like, nah, son, ain't even like that. I didn't bring no cops to his door and shit. He trying to lie. And remind you, the dude who had the pistol, I used to sell for him back then. So I'm like, yo.
Damn,
so that's why when he saw me, he like, yo, He's like, yo, like, I know you, my nigga. Like, and I'm saying, you know, I wouldn't do some shit like that. I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, yo, let's just chill. We ain't gotta be on this type of timing. Like, what's up? So this nigga is like, yo, he's like, yeah, son, like, I ain't fuck with that. So,
Wait,
and I
Jamal,
be,
is the story about girls? Like
It has
relationships?
oh, my
nothing
bad, my
related to
bad. I didn't even know
toxicity.
that. My bad.
Hey,
Yeah,
I let him
Yeah.
finish. This is killing me.
Let
This
him
is
So
killing
finish.
me.
Yeah,
Let
let
him
him
finish.
finish. I didn't kind of
wait,
juicy. I ain't gonna
hold
lie
on,
to you.
because basically
This is the last
I
one.
don't,
Jamal.
I don't.
Hey, no,
Basically, what I
please, man,
don't want.
please.
No,
Wait,
it
Jamal,
actually
how did
sounds
it
like
wait.
end?
power.
One
How
mic,
did it
one
end?
mic.
Let
so
him
no,
One
finish.
mic.
no,
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 So
I
answer
end.
the
basically, what I
So
question.
don't
let me
want.
tell
You
you
guys
how it.
go on mute, please.
So
Basically, what I
I'm gonna
don't
literally
want
tell you how
is
it ends. So
because you're saying your
as we all,
story. I don't want bare people to just be coming on with stories that don't have anything to do with the title. If that
Yeah,
makes
guys,
sense.
this is not World War II. Come on, guys. But
No,
Jamal, go on.
Angel, please let him finish, man.
No,
my
I'm not
Please,
bad,
saying
my
you
please,
can't
I
bad.
finish.
beg.
I'm just saying, innit? Like literally.
Man, this shit coming out
Like,
power,
calm
innit?
down.
This is killing me, man. I say, I'm nigga.
Yeah, I was bugging. I'm saying this like 3 years ago. So this is like I was bugging. But so the way how this shit like started ending, I'm gonna just keep it real short.
Yeah,
So
keep it short,
dude
please,
was like,
Jamal.
yeah, it's got you. So the dude was like, yo, your boy, like this and that. So I'm like, yo, it ain't even like that. And I'm saying, we gotta head to work. I gotta be in work by an hour. And I'm saying, I'm 30 minutes late and I'm bugging and I'm tweaking. So I'm like, yo, son, it ain't even like that. We out. So my boy called out of work, like, yo, I didn't even feel like going to work right now. That shit blew minds. So I took the train with the dude that pulled the pistol on him and we just talking. He was like, yo, he looked me right in the eye. He's like, yo, bro, you know that if you wasn't there, I was about to blow that nigga head off. And I'm like, I know. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, damn, B, that's crazy. But short story, yeah, that's it. Basically. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
Yeah.
All
can't.
right.
Like,
I
when I
get
was telling the
it.
story, I was
Damn,
fucking
that's
dying,
deep.
cuz.
All right.
Honestly.
Cool. Thank you for your story,
Thanks,
Jamal.
Yeah.
Jamal.
Nah, but
Previously
That
on
sounded like a
power.
GTA mission, cuz.
All right. Cool.
He said previously on power.
All right.
Previously
Cool.
on power.
A, do you have a story?
Yeah. Got a story
Please make
still.
sure you keep it short and simple,
And
please.
straightforward, please.
We
Thank
can't hear your voice.
Is back to
Louder.
the
Can you
UK
hear
for
me
me.
now? Can you hear me now, yeah?
Yeah.
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 Boom. So what?
Cough.
Man must have...
You guys, can you stop with the sound effects and let him go on?
I forgot mute, but let me say my thing. So boom. Man must have met this uni tech down, yeah, boom. Baking off, all of that. Obviously, I get to know her now. Boom, I bucked a couple times. She's get. Now, boom. Obviously, she's better supportive with the music thing you get. Commando's music and that. So, boom, she's telling me, yo, babe, take me studio with you, this, that. I'm trying to hear your thing. I'm like, cool, say nothing. Obviously, next session, man, I shout, you know. And then, boom. Obviously, the session was booked, all of that. I tell her, come, studio there. And then she's telling me, boom, I'm coming, innit? She comes with me now. Obviously, man sent for one of the pagans you get. And then she turned out to fuck with the other side. I never knew you get. And then she must have shot at the guy, told him, yo, obviously this guy's sending for you, all of that. But obviously, man never knew you get. Now, boom, we've recorded the track, left the studio. Now we're on our way, went to park up, Bake Off. Must have jumped out of the shop to grab a drink. Obviously, man jumped out, me and my guy. And the thing is there sitting in the back, you get. And then all I see is like 4 youths jumping out, ballied up and that, you get, coming towards me, telling me, what, AB, you come here. Obviously, I must have draws out my thing now. Obviously, ducked them all down and that. And then the thing started racing. She hopped out the whip, cut out, you get. And then she blocked me on all of the socials, all of that. Man ain't heard from her since, you get. But yeah, that's my story still.
Wow.
Damn.
She just caught you
I
by
ain't
the
gonna
That's
lie.
surprise.
dangerous, man.
I
No
did not
Bro,
understand
danger,
what you were
danger,
saying.
cap.
danger.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man.
Bro, your accent too thick, bro. I did not understand you respectfully.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, don't do that, Kobe. There's no
No,
need
no,
for
no,
that.
no. I said respectfully. I couldn't understand that because his
Nah,
accent's too thick.
yeah,
That's
I
it.
understand.
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Leela, do you have a story?
Layla.
Oh,
Layla.
Layla, sorry.
No, it's fine, no worries. My one's a bit embarrassing. Yes, it is a bit embarrassing, but it's okay. I'm gonna say it, so I hope other girls can learn from
Don't
it.
feel
And
forced, sis.
no. So
No,
other
wait,
girls.
can you speak up a bit? Because I feel like your mic is a bit muffled, kind of.
Right, let me take
Yeah.
my AirPods off.
Yeah, can you hear me properly now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying the story just so other girls don't make the same mistake as me and you learn from it. That's why I'm gonna say the story. But yeah, so I have on my Instagram one time I had someone message me. So I'm checking out the pictures and everything. I'm thinking, yeah, nice, long beard, strong, tall, manly. The approach that he came with, I thought, yeah, like I like what I see, you know? But obviously this was the time like lockdown just happened. So it was the thing where I was a bit scared, I wasn't very sure what was happening. So I wasn't really on meeting anyone or getting taken out or stuff like that. So, it was more on the phone type of thing, oh, what are you doing? FaceTiming me and stuff. So I'm speaking to him. So I spoke to him for like a good 2-3 months. Yeah. I find out that he's in jail. Yeah. So first of all, red flag. But because I had already spoke to him for so long, I thought I already started. Like I thought I might as well just continue and see where it goes. But at the back of my head, I was thinking, unserious. Let me just entertain for the sake of entertaining because I'm bored. So I'm continuing speaking to this person, and I'm not gonna lie to you, as the more time was going, the more I'm starting to, to feel this person a bit more and more. Like they would call me all the time. But then that's what jail guys do. But obviously it was my first time. So even when my friends were telling me, no, like what? Jail person? No, run away type of thing. I was thinking, I don't care. I'm going to listen to it. Like, I'm going to do what I want to do. So I'm speaking to this person. So 3 months, I've never seen this person in my life. 3 months after, obviously, I think he was like, hey, I'm Muslim. So it's like the Muslim version of Christmas, like families, they buy you gifts and stuff. So he sent me £500 to my account. And he said to me, oh, buy yourself a gift. So in my head, I'm thinking, where? 3 months. I'm speaking to him on the phone. He's moving like a boss. I like that. He's never asked me nothing. So I'm thinking, yeah, like I like what I see. But so he said to me that he was coming out in February. So this year in February, I'm thinking, oh, okay. Like that, it's okay. Couple of months, I don't mind. I'll give it them. Like, I'll wait. Why not? What do I have to lose? Tell me about, oh, I'm going to marry you. Like, I'm interested in you. I want to be serious with you. I want to meet your parents. I'm thinking, where? All of this. So I give it the benefit of the doubt. Cool. I started traveling. So I started going France, Morocco, traveling because I was getting bored of the lockdown. And, I don't really have any commitments here. I'm studying online. So I'm continuing. And then it was starting to get I started to get a bit bored, and I thought, no, I can't do that, like it's like something came in my head and I thought, it's not my standard, it's not my level, and I deserve better. And like how I've been raised, it will just make so many family complications from the type of family that I come from. It's not acceptable. So, obviously because my family lives abroad. So when I spent time with them, that's where it hit home, where that's not going to work out type of thing. So anyway, so I kind of slowly but surely left him to it. And then, so everything was fine. Everything was cool. No hard feelings. I've moved on. 2-3 months later, the same account that sent me the £500, the same account that sent me £500 from, I see like this, it was a morning. And I remember waking up and seeing 10p, 10p, 10p. And I'm here thinking, who the fuck is sending me 10p, 10p 3 times? And then I look at the reference and then I see, hi, hello, my name is da da da. And then the second one is, this is my Instagram. And then this is my number. I'm his wife.
Hard.
What?
Blood
I wear
clot.
the
See,
film.
I was almost falling asleep, and then now
Jesus.
I've woken up because what?
His wife?
Come on.
I'm
What?
thinking, what?
No,
What
his
do you mean?
wife sent you
His
money
wife?
to send a message. Okay.
No, yeah, no, from the same account. Yeah,
Wait,
she sent me
what?
10p,
From the
10p,
same
10p.
account.
Huh?
So
From
it's
the
her
same
account.
account. From the same account.
So then it's
No.
her
It's
account,
hard
mate.
though. Michael
Just to
Scofield.
prove a point. That is
Like,
mad.
do you know what I'm saying? In my head, I was saying, like, I never really took this guy seriously. But when he sent me £500, I thought, you know what? He's investing in me. So, because, I know it's hard when you're inside of prison.
I don't even
So
know
I'm
how he
thinking,
did that. Five
I'm
dollars.
That's
thinking,
He's
oh,
insane.
behind bars.
exactly. So exactly.
Yeah, no, that
Exactly. So when
burn,
he
Stop
sent
that.
£500, I'm thinking, yeah, like he's a
burn.
boss, you know,
Mm-mm.
like he's doing things. He behind bars, but he's doing things. So I'm thinking, okay, benefit of the doubt. But then I'm seeing 10p, 10p, 10p. Oh my God. He's been in that jail for 7 years. 7 years. And, a wife, not even a girlfriend, a wife. And I felt so sorry for her. Like, she tried to come to me to say to me, no, it didn't mean anything. Like, there's plenty of other people. But I'm here thinking, you say that, but at the end of the day, he's the person that was on the phone to me all the time. So if he was on the phone to me all the time,
Wait,
where
she was
was he?
consoling you, like saying that you'll find someone else.
No, no. I think she was trying to make herself feel better by saying, like, babe, he wasn't taking you seriously. Like, he's not doing this. It's not just you, like, there's other people. Which in my head, I was thinking, like, I'm sure, like, she's the wife. At the end of the day, she's the wife. That's how I see it. For me, if you have a wife, like, she's the main person. However, how you come into telling me about, it's not serious, Like, this guy was always on the phone to me. Like, I remember one time I went to go, because I'm into gym. So one time I went to go jogging. Yeah. I put my phone on airplane mode to save the battery so I could listen to the music. This guy, what? Where have you been? You're taking a piss. I don't think I can do this. Where did you go for 2 hours?
Lockdown.
What?
Yo.
Hey,
Hey, I got a question for you though. Like,
Scary.
yo, I got a quick question for you.
That's
Didn't
so
you start
scary.
to didn't you start to notice, like, he's probably not in jail because you could only call people for a certain amount of time if you're in
Bro,
jail?
burners, man, burners,
No,
man.
he had his own
Come
phone.
on,
He
man.
had his own. No.
He definitely has money
He had
to
his
get these
own
burners
phone.
in for jail. Like, he has money. He has
Trust.
disposable
He
income.
had
Like,
his
man.
own.
Hey,
He
I'm in the US.
had his own
I'm in
phone.
the
There's a whole
US,
lot
so
of niggas with
it's different.
iPhones and shit.
I ain't gonna lie.
Not even in
No, you
No,
can,
trust me.
bro. Burn the
Word
phone.
Yeah, let her
burners,
continue.
bro.
No,
Leila,
you get.
Layla.
Leila, sorry. Yeah, are you continuing? No.
Yeah, so no, like, just answering to the phone call. They get it flown off. Like, from the wall. But yeah, anyways, long story short, I couldn't believe he had a whole wife. The wife started messaging me, telling me about, he doesn't